The New Yorker slamming Chick-fil-A for its Christian values, saying in an article titled "Chick-fil-A's Creepy Infiltration of New York City," the brand's arrival here feels like an infiltration in no small part because of its persuasive Christian traditionalism. Here to weigh in is CBN chief political correspondent and host of Faith Nation is David Brody. Hey, David.
Hey, Ainsley.
What do you think about this?
Where do I begin? How long's this segment, Ainsley? Look, I got to tell you, I mean, this is hypocrisy. It's media hypocrisy at its best. And here's the problem. The New Yorker, a liberal, obviously a liberal magazine and all of that, this is what they do. It's the latte-sipping crowd. They talk with other liberals, and all of a sudden it becomes this narrative out there. Christian traditionalism, you mean, hold on, Judeo-Christian values that define this country from its inception? Look, the article is so ridiculous on so many different fronts, but just take this. If this guy is going to write an article like this, well, how about, I don't know, maybe he should stop using money because the last time I checked, "In God We Trust" is on our currency, and we can go on because he talks about all the symbols that Chick-fil-A has about God and Jesus. My goodness, it's all over a grilled chicken sandwich, and they're pretty good.
They are pretty good. So this writer goes on to say, because of the persuasive Christian traditionalism, its headquarters in Atlanta are adorned with Bible verses and a statue of Jesus washing a disciple's feet. What is wrong with that?
Well, I got to tell you, what's striking to me here is that, and look, I grew up in New York, okay? I grew up on the Upper West Side of New York. I grew up in a liberal Jewish household, so I get it. And what I mean by I get it is I understand that when you live in New York for a long time, it becomes the center of the universe. So, look, I understand that. The problem is there's something called America out there. There's a heartland. There's Judeo-Christian principles. And, you know, when Donald Trump, it made me think of Donald Trump. You know, when he came along and he said, "I want to bring Christmas back," and everybody laughed, ha ha, funny line. Look, what he was really talking about is political correctness. That, you know, it's time to say Christmas again, Merry Christmas, all of that. And that's the whole point. Liberals are so out of touch, and Donald Trump comes along, and this article exactly explains why liberals just don't get it.
You know what's interesting? You're right about there being a whole country in between L.A. and New York, right? That a lot of liberals don't understand or don't get. What is interesting, though, is just like we're seeing in California, you're seeing cities that are speaking out against what their governor wants when it comes to sanctuary cities. Here in New York, these Chick-fil-A's are doing very, very well. They're selling, according to this article, every 6 seconds they're selling a sandwich. And Mr. Cathy, who started this Diet a Billionaire, the company is doing exceptionally well. And people down south, I speak from experience, love the fact that it's closed on Sunday, and they want to support companies like this.
Well, and you know, that's because Judeo-Christian principles win out in the end. Donald Trump found that out. Last time I checked, our founding fathers found that out way back in the day. And look, this New Yorker article, here's the danger. The New Yorker article, like I said, they talk to these other liberals around town in New York and L.A. The problem is they're talking to 18% of the country. They're not talking to the heartland, and that's why there's such a disconnect. And that's why you see the media all the time going, "Wait, I don't understand how Donald Trump is still standing after all this time." Well, it's because you're writing articles like this that are just not compatible at all with mainstream heartland America.
Yeah, I think it's backfiring. Conservatives are tired of being pushed in the corner and not having a voice. So I think people are speaking out.
Trump tapped into that.
You're right. You're right. Thanks, David. Great to see you.